It is rather unfortunate. I saw the communique of the meeting of Northern Governors Fulani Jihadis in Kaduna yesterday. That communique is a sham, and that meeting is a sham, and it's a disgrace. And it's an eye-opener for all the Northern natives to actually see that what has been happening in the North for years has been supported by Fulani Jihadis governors. It's very clear. But my disgrace and the shame would be that if the governor of Benue, Plateau, Taraba, Adamawa were in that meeting and they sat and watched how the Fulani governors jihadis justify the actions of their bandits. I heard when Inua Yahaya, a jihadist, was trying to condemn Yansake, the Hausa Yansake in the north. What brings about Yansake? Yansake were even brought by the Hausa's communities that feel that Fulani were coming to kill them, kidnap them, rape their wives and their women in the mosques and in worship places. That was what brings about the idea of Yansake. But the governor of Gombe, a Fulani jihadist, was trying to justify the action of Fulani by the reprisal action of Yansake. And you see, it's a clear picture that all natives northerners should wake up. I mean the Hausas should wake up. That look, these people who decide for our lives, they kill us, they rape our women, they kidnap us, and takes our money, and their governors jihadis justify their actions. Because that was the act of what happened yesterday. Look, if the governors of the Middle Belters were in that meeting, and you are part of that meeting, and you sat in that meeting and watched the charade and the justification of killing of your people by their governors jihadis, you are a disgrace to your people. And I want the Fulani governors, you think that you are playing with the natives because you have political power. You are playing with fire. Everything that has beginning must have an end. And I'm calling on the northern natives. It is high time we should take back our region, our land, our relevance. Today, the governor of Kaduna is a Fulani, Katsina Fulani, Sokoto Fulani, Kanu Fulani, Jigawa Fulani, Katsina Fulani, Gombe Fulani. Even the Bochi is a Pasha Fulani man. So, tell me, how many Hausa's governors do we have in that meeting? The answer is there's no a single Hausa Fulani governor, Hausa governor in the north today. The Hausas have lost their political relevance. They have lost their land. They have lost their identity. They have lost their culture. They have lost everything. And it has been taken by Fulani with the deception of Islam. Look, northern natives, it is time for you to wake up and take your land back. And this thing will not be served a la carte. It won't serve as tea and bread. It is high time for us to see these Fulani governors and their jihadis for what they are. That meeting does not represent Arewa, does not represent Northern Arewa and Northern natives. It is Fulani jihadis governors, and that meeting only glorified their bandits and themselves. And the Northern natives need to wake up.
And we believe that Goodluck Jonathan are the sponsor of Boko Haram. But at the end of the day, we believe that. We believe. I hate Jonathan more than anything in this world. At that time, before I found the truth were disclosed to me. But at the end, what has happened? Jonathan government is approving billions of naira every year. Billions of naira to fight against Boko Haram in Borno and Yobe State. Those northern leaders and those Izala people and some of the Islamic scholars were shared this morning that Jonathan government has approved it to go and buy any kind of weapon that we need, that armed forces need to fight against Boko Haram. They divided between them, the northern politicians, and between those Izala scholars. Just last year, EFCC has disclosed this. And they go behind the door and ask to withdraw the allegation. And they know they did it. So who is Boko Haram? Who is terrorist? Our Islamic scholars of the north part of this country are the terrorists. They sponsor, they share this money between themselves. In this country, you will never find a pastor. Let's talk about the north. You will never find a pastor who is driving or riding a car which the price are more than 30 million naira. But the Islamic scholars, if you see Izala leader pass, you will say it is president of some small country. Over 400 million naira car, jeep, with convoys, with securities, with sirens. An Islamic scholar with sirens. You are always dragging the hearts of your followers, putting them in this terrorism situation. Then you will come back and say, no, we're out of that, we do not care, we didn't tell them to go and kill. It's like you told them to go and kill, because you put it in their hearts. When they carry weapon, you will run and say you are with the federal government for fighting terrorism. Why did you distribute this defense money among yourselves? This is the truth. Everybody shall know this. This is the truth. Now Trump say he will invade Nigeria. No, they start going to the mosque, say we will start reading Al-Qunut, we will ask God to destroy United States or to destroy Trump leadership. You do not have this good heart to ask God to do what you want for you. You do not have this, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said in the Holy Quran, وَإِذَا سَأَلَكَ عِبَادِي أَنِّي فَإِنِّي قَرِيبٌ أُجِيبُ دَعْوَةَ الدَّاعِ إِذَا دَعَانِ فَلْيَسْتَجِيبُوا لِي وَلْيُؤْمِنُوا بِي. Whenever my servant asks you about me, tell them that I am very close to them. Let them ask me whatever they want, but they have to believe in me and follow my instructions. You are putting people into a wrong way to earn money, to benefit from those people, put their life in a risk. And you say you are going to ask God to destroy your enemy. You thought wrongly. You do not know God at all. You are betraying yourself. So, the root of terrorism is just our Islamic scholars. They are the root of terrorism. Nobody knows how to carry weapon. Before, after, they claim the Sharia law. Nobody knows that in the north. At the end, it's not Sharia law they want. It's to put pressure to federal government to work with them hand to hand and benefit from what government are benefiting, to earn more, to build luxury house. Go and see how they built a luxury houses. This is the truth. Nobody can shut my mouth off until I disclose everything to the world.
Tribalists are those who have only their interests at heart. Now, the Arewa Consultative Forum came up with an idea recently by their chairman, Dalhatu. He said that these terrorists killing and doing all kinds of rubbish in our country, that they should be compensated just as the militants were compensated. And in fact, Gumi said that they should make a provision in the budget for these terrorists that are destroying our nation. It is insanity to ever suggest such a thing. It is insanity to ever think that the agitation of the Niger Delta militants for resource control in their locality without harming citizens of their locality, that it is comparable to these Islamic jihadists that are collecting ransom from people in states different from their states of origin, that are taking people's lands, burning houses, abducting school children, and collecting ransom. It takes only a madman to compare those two things. And I think that religion, tribalism, and politics has destroyed the brains of those Arewa leaders. It is a shame. I remain Dr. Charles Apoki. The time has come for real citizens to emerge. God bless you.
In the words of Chinua Achebe, he said there was a country. But if I'm to refine it in my own words, I will say there was never a country. There was just an arrangement of deception and propaganda. While the fact is, when we were busy thinking that the move by Shegumi was a personal opinion for the government to negotiate with these radical elements and these bandits, at the end of the day we were wrong. It wasn't just Shegumi's opinion. It was a calculated agenda, and it was a grandstand of the North. As evidently you can see what I've displayed here. The chairman of Arewa Consultative Forum urging Tinubu to negotiate with these radical elements, with these Fulani bandits. It doesn't just stop at negotiation, that they should equally be given money, just like the way they gave Niger Deltans money. So at the end of the day, you get to see that we were actually thinking it was something of a personal opinion and it doesn't reflect reality, but now it's obvious. But this now brings us to the question, how did we get here? Secondly, how we go take commode for here? First of all, I want to say that person will constitute this thing where they call Northern Nigeria. Na thunder go fire you. Na thunder go fire you. But apart from that, I think it's high time for people to know this is not hate. this one where I go talk is reality. Forget about propaganda or sweet words. And any other person that is not comfortable with this, I don't care. But the fact is, it's high time for people to define themselves and stand for whatever reflects the true definition of themselves. And in this regards now, I want to sincerely say that this kangaroo arrangement of northern Nigeria is high time, is more defined, and people that knows that this doesn't reflect them, I am telling you, should stay out of this. You need to stay out of this. Talking about this now, I want to tell you that I am telling you sincerely, no, God, this northern Nigeria, it no go stand like this again. I am telling you. And that is why I'm now wondering, where is the Middle Belt Forum in this regards? Is the statement of this Arewa consultative chairman your stand as well? And why have you been sleeping? It's obvious now that no matter how you try to promote togetherness, I am telling you, there is nothing like togetherness. There are people in this country that have agenda and they are working towards that agenda, and it's evidently showing. And let's ask ourselves, when you say these people should be compensated the way they compensated the Niger Deltas, are you telling me what the Niger Deltas did is the same thing that these radical Fulani bandits are doing? Is it the same thing? What were they fighting for in the Niger Delta? They were fighting for degradation of their land and marginalization, and the fact that despite that this part of the region contributes the #1%, the highest percentage in regards revenue, they feel that they should be more considered. But now let's ask ourselves this question. What are these radical Fulani bandits fighting for? All of a sudden you wake up and you decide to start fighting each other, and you are now bringing flimsy excuses of the fact that the government have not sent you to school, there is poverty or whatever. Tell me that one entity that is the government that sent them to school, and tell me if there are no schools in the north, and why did they refuse to attend that? And when you are talking about poverty now, tell me what the northern politicians have done in that regard. And lastly, tell me what does the north brings to the table of the national economy. What do they bring? What are they bringing? Apart from radical religious ideologies and a lot of funny things, what are they bringing? Radical ideologies. At the end of the day, you say you ban alcohol, you are destroying alcohol, you go to Abuja, you share from alcohol revenue, and at the end of the day, these same people you are calling Arna, they have oil that is now used to actually give you people allocation to go back and embezzle. Well, the fact is, I think finally I'm beginning to understand the predicament of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. I am telling you. And I think I am retracting and I am changing my stance in this regards. I am telling you, Tinubu, Peter Obi, or Showore, or nothing. Allah. Tinubu, Peter Obi, Showore, or nothing. In short, the fact is, well, that is just it, sincerely speaking, because I'm beginning to now feel that this thing is not just all about even insurgency. It's all about even some elements are in this system that are trying to ensure that they discredit this man, as evidently shown with this man coming to make this kind of utterance. I am telling you, it's a calculated attempt, but by the grace of God, You brought Muslim ticket. We don't have a problem with that now. Tinubu must continue. If he can't continue, let it be another person, but not a northerner. Do whatever you feel like doing. I am telling you sincerely, nothing. Absolutely nothing. No northerner is smelling that seat. By God's grace, come the next election, whether you like it or not. But go and still keep pampering bandits. Go and do whatever you feel like doing. And I'm telling this to also the minority in the north. This is high time for you to take a stand. And I'm equally telling this to the Niger Deltas, to the Igbos. Everybody should take a stand. Protect and defend that which you stand for. I am telling you.
Welcome back to the channel. We have heard what these people have to say, and it's obvious, very, very obvious, that this northern elite, they are up to something. Now this man is from the first speaker, he's saying he is sharing his strong feelings of disappointment from the pictures of northern leaders from Plateau, Benue and other states sitting together in a meeting with a group he believes is linked to violent extremist activities. You won't blame anybody for all these things, because we have seen what the Fulani jihadists have been doing in the country. So it will be very disappointing that other northern leaders will come together with these people to have a meeting. I don't know what the meeting is all about, but the meeting actually looks suspicious, and it sends a wrong signal to the communities that have been suffering. And in all honesty, any group that is using violence, intimidation, or let's say religious cover to attack communities is a danger to Nigeria. And that's why they refer this as these violent actors as Fulani jihadists. But what Nigerians are talking about are extremist groups that are hiding under ethnic and religious identity to carry out killings, land attacks and displacements. And these groups, they do not represent the Fulani people. They do not represent Islam. They represent crime for me. That's violence and destruction. And those people have made life so difficult for a lot of innocent families. So when you see other countries like Benue now, if you see other state leaders coming to meet with these guys, it will make you to feel somehow. So the first speaker is a northerner, and that is what he is stating, because the activities have burned down villages, that's also pushed farmers off their lands and turned peaceful communities in Benue, Plateau, Kaduna, Niger, Taraba into another states into places of fear. Now schools have been shut down, churches and mosques, they go there to destroy things. And a lot of people are forced to sleep in IDP camps. These people actually target anyone, be it Christian, Muslim, farmers, travelers, as long as it benefits their agenda. This violence, it has damaged trust between different tribes and religions, and it continues to weaken the unity of the North. So when people speak like they are disappointed in this, you should not be surprised. Northern leaders should stand for peace and justice, not sit with people connected to violence. And they should be defending the communities they were elected to protect. Nigeria needs leadership that listens to the victims, not the people creating pain. What's your thoughts on this? Please kindly let me know what you think in the comment section. And please, if today is your first time joining my channel, don't forget to like, share and subscribe.